Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Greencast World. We are here today on our, number 6 episode now. Last week it was all in Spanish. So if you watched it and you didn't understand anything, fear not, because we're back to English now. And if you watched it and you loved it because you don't like the English one, let us know, because then we can make more episodes in Spanish. My name is Jihan. Hello. And I'm here with Ana Celia.
Hi, Ana Celia.
And we are here today to talk about something exciting because summer is coming. Summer is approaching, and as you decide to staycation this year, to go road tripping, to go camping, because let's be honest, maybe traveling abroad with the whole pandemic situation, it's not something that you want to be doing. We decided that maybe we should talk about road trips and camping. And Ana has a lot of experience when it comes to camping. If you check her out, her Instagram, she goes to the most beautiful locations in the United States. So do check her out. So Ana, let's start talking with you on your camping experience.
Yes, thank you, Jihan. Well, I won't say that I'm super experienced camper, but we are super enthusiastic. We start last year fully, but we did it every week, because the pandemic was hitting and we said, like, we cannot go nowhere. We were working only 2 days a week, so plenty time, but we couldn't meet friends. We couldn't visit family. So what we can do, let's do camping. Before that, I would like to make this comment for people that says camping is not my thing. I got it. That is not for everybody, but you also have the choice to do glamping. Yes. What is glamping? If you didn't hear it before, you can rent a cabin in the middle of the nature and enjoy the same things that you would do if you stay in a tent. But in any case, it will be so important to respect the environment that you are enjoying in that moment and leave it, I won't say exactly as you found it, because you were there, and that is something that already leaves a footprint. But do your best to live it as better as you can, and respect, enjoy, and absorb that good energy that only nature can give you.
What is that that saying that I think it's something like, take only memories and leave only footprints?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it. I like it.
Don't take anything that you shouldn't be taking from the forest, from the beach, from where you are, and just leave your footprints, but no rubbish and nothing else behind.
Yeah. I love that. Yes, definitely. I think we should do that wherever we go. If we go to we do nature, we go to travel, or even if we stay in our community, we always have to try to leave it better as we found it, or at least leave it as we found it. So, well, about camping, about specifically what we were doing last year, and we are planning to do it this year again. Yeah, because we became like fan of camping in general. I did like a list of a few things that you have to consider. The first one, and the most important, in my opinion, is what it comes before going to camping. So let's say the zero step, or the zero
preparation
option that you have to take in count. Yes, is when you buy the equipment, the tools, when you buy the things that you are going to bring with you. The first experiences that we have doing camping, maybe you will feel identified with this, is a friend of mine invited me to do camping. I haven't done it before. I don't know how I'm going to feel, but I'm going to do it because why not? Okay, that's super nice. But what happened? You said, okay, I don't want to invest that much money because I'm not sure if I will like it. I got it too. So what you usually do? Okay, let me buy the cheapest thing that I find. Let me go to the big store, I don't want to say name, that usually sells the cheapest thing ever. I got it too, because you want to save money, but at the end of the day, what is going to happen? You are going to throw it away.
It's gonna
because
break,
nobody,
maybe.
huh?
Or it's gonna break maybe because it's not the best quality.
Also, you won't be able, if you really like it, you won't be able to use it for that long. And you will need to buy again very soon. And guess what? It's more money at the end of the day. First of all, ask that friend that invite you if you can fit in their tent, or ask another friend that cannot make it if they can borrow you a tent. Some people feel borrowing a tent like borrowing your bed, and it's something sometimes personal. I got it too. So in that case, try glamping first. That is exactly what my husband and I did. We start going to a little cabins that are in the middle of nature, but you still having that experience. When we were sure we like it, we said, okay, let's do this more often. That would be my first recommendation.
Also, the difference with glamping is that there's usually a bed involved, right? So you have a bed, and maybe you have access to a little kitchen area or something like that. Maybe depending on
Correct.
depends on what you want, how much you want to spend on your glamping experience. But I think that's the main difference. So you don't have to build a tent. There's a little it's walls, like a little house, and you have a bed, right?
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about that. And I think it's a great way to start and see if you like the whole outdoorsy experience without having to be completely 100% exposed to the elements outdoors.
Correct. And also, even if you are sure that you will love the experience because you are an adventurous person and everything, it's better to start like that, because you will start learning what are the things that you gotta bring with you. So you can go step by step. If you will stay in a cabin, you can start just bringing what you will need when you are going on the rest of the day to walk or cook outside, stuff like that. And at least you don't have to take into account what would you need when you are sleeping. That also is key, and I'm gonna mention that later. But okay, the moment to go camping is now. What you have to do, be practical. I mean, you are not going into a vacation that involves events or involves many different activities.
Yeah. Or any fine dining, you don't need to dress like,
Exactly. So eliminate the what if. What if we decide to do this? What if I decide to do that? No, I mean, make a plan, pack just the necessary things. That I would recommend to do a little extra is underwear, socks, because it gets wet and you don't want to, get sick. But apart from that, you don't need extra t-shirts, extra shorts, extra clothes in case we decide. You don't have to decide anything. Is enjoy nature. That's it. 2 shoes, one that you will use the whole day, and another that when you are around your campsite. That's it. You don't really need more than that. So be practical. And a rain jacket. Always a rain jacket. I have one that you fold super small, and it is like only a square at the end. That also I have it in my bag the whole year, because this weather sometimes it gets crazy, and you don't want to get wet and get sick when you are outside home. That is only the what if I would do. Anyway, you always have to check the forecast.
Yes, very important.
So yeah, that is the second thing. The third thing that applies for whatever you do, and that is something that maybe Jihan do a lot when she goes on road trips, is do more fruits and vegetables you like instead of snacks, cookies, and things like that, just because you will need to carry the trash with you.
Yeah.
And something that Eddie and I do for fun, well, in the beginning was just to be conscious, and then like guys, I don't want to put here guys and women and stuff, but he sees it like a game. And if you have kids, you can do it also. And it's like a game, how much we can reduce the trash we made. You will be amazed at the end of the trip of how much trust you generate even when you are trying to avoid it. So if you bring cookies, bars and all that stuff, you will see how the volumes is going up. So try more fruits and it will be good for the environment and good for you.
Something that I try to do, because sometimes traveling with kids, you want to have something to just shush them up. I didn't say that. Something to give them so they can be quiet in the back of the car. And sometimes things like bars or cookies might be a bit easier than the mess that other things can create. But what you can do if you're packing to take them with you, take them out of their container, of their wrapping, and then put them on a sealed either plastic or glass container. That way you don't have the extra waste. You just, you use that and then you have your little thing. But obviously it depends on how soon do you plan to eat them and depends on what it is.
True.
But at least you don't have to deal then with that extra little piece of trash and you can still eat your cookies or whatever it is. But yeah.
Because it heads up quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
Yeah. Be spontaneous. I mean, that is something that I know is also about personality. Be spontaneous with what are you gonna do. Usually brings up better experience. Well, at least for me. But don't be spontaneous with the things that you are gonna bring. Like, oh, we can decide there what we're gonna eat. You don't want to do that.
I hate that. I hate that.
Yes. We are going to decide there how we are going to set up the sleeping area. Don't mess with that. You want to enjoy it. So there is things that you can be spontaneous. There is things that you want to planify. It depends also of your personality, because if you planify a lot, you can visit more places. You can see more landmarks. That is something that we sometimes do. If we are going for 3 days, I won't say a weekend because we work on weekends and we go during the days, which is perfect because nobody is around. At least our style is like that. We always try to pick the farthest campsite. We like to really enjoy the nature. But we usually have one place that we want to visit. Okay, let's pick this campsite that is close to this waterfall. Okay, so we do that waterfall. But the other 2 days, we do whatever. Oh,
and I think you can be spontaneous and still planned, because if you have your daily activities planned and then you say, right, from this hour to this hour, we can do whatever we want because we already covered the things that we want to do. So there's a way that you can do it all. And when you have kids, you have to plan, because you know how like meltdowns can happen, or you spend too much time in one place and then you don't get it to the next one. So I definitely am an advocate of planning what it is that you're going to do wherever you are going to. Yeah, absolutely.
That's true. But now that you mention kids, I don't know, Mom, yet, but you can better tell me. You try to plan as much as you can, but at the end of the day, also you gotta deal with whatever you are finding on your way.
Yes,
right. If they want to stop, that is something that I experience when I'm doing trips with friends that have kids. Is like you don't planify that much. How many times you are gonna stop for peeing or taking water or taking a break when you are with kids, because you gotta go a little bit more on their way, but at least to have a structure.
You still can have
the general idea.
You can still have a plan and structure. I think also kids tend to work better when they have a structure. When you're like, right, at this time we're going to do this, we're going to eat at that time. Obviously it depends on the kids' personalities, but my son couldn't do, when he was a little boy, he wouldn't do anything unless he had enough time to mentally prepare. So even things like, we're going to go to the supermarket in an hour, because if I just said we're going to the supermarket now, he would have a tantrum, like a breakdown, like, no, I'm not ready. So I got very used to having to plan and schedule and let him know ahead of time what to expect from the day. So when we were in Texas, we did a lot of road trips. We went to Austin, we went to there's caves, there's rivers, there's a lot of things to do between Houston, Austin, Texas, like Dallas, all that area, all of the South.
Huge area though.
It is huge. Like I lived in Texas 7 years and I never went to the other side of Texas because it's so
I can imagine.
It's so big. But we did have a lot of little road trip adventures, and a lot of what you said. Like first thing was doing my plan of where I was going, what are the activities I was going to cover. Make sure, very important, that I always had snacks. Always had snacks. If you're traveling by yourself,
On a tablet.
yeah, if you're traveling by yourself with a child, have entertainment systems with them. And if you have a boy, it's a little bit easier if you have to stop in the middle of nowhere to, pee and stuff.
The girls can do that too.
I don't know how to do it with girls. With boys, if you have a bottle, just do that there. Anyway, I didn't say that.
Hey, yeah. Let me tell you, I'm less picky than my husband with that. Yeah, I can stop anywhere, but he's like, no, here, maybe somebody around. I don't care. It depends on your personality, but enjoy your time. Exactly.
Yes, and one of the things that has become my favorite, and actually not just for road trips, but for anything, is this kind of containers. So even when I'm going, if I know I'm going to go for a day trip, or even if I know I'm going to town for a while, I have this one, and I also have a glass one, which is my fancy one. But this one, I know that if it falls off a cliff, it will survive, but this won't. So depending where I'm going, but taking your own water, taking your own drinks. Sean, unfortunately, I don't know why he doesn't like water that much, so I have to give him like diluted juice and things like that. Otherwise, he never drinks anything that is not, But yeah, this one's help a lot to have anywhere, take anywhere when you go on the road, and have your snacks. Because if not, you end up spending more money and you end creating more waste if you don't have your own snacks. I always like to have, take some with. Also, because I get hangry. If I haven't eaten, I get in a really bad mood. And because I don't want to be in a bad mood, I always make sure that I have snacks with me. Because it's a must. Like I can't be.
Another thing we have in common, yeah.
Yes, I can't be. You imagine getting lost in the middle of nowhere and not having a snack. No, you don't want to be with me. So that's one of the reasons why I always take snacks with.
That's good.
But
I was about to mention. I know something that I know you do, and we always try to put in our list is buy something local.
Yes.
In this case, of course, we try to be as sustainable as possible, try to buy something with glass and stuff like that. But sometimes we get relaxed with that idea, as long as we help the local businesses.
Yeah.
That sometimes a cookie, even if it's wrapped in plastic, we kind of relax a little bit ourselves just because we are helping the local economy, which is another super sustainable thing that we should do, instead of bringing the cookies from the big pharmacy that is in every corner.
Absolutely. And you can find some amazing local things. My go-to things is to find local honey, because it's usually it's sustainable. It's usually local, which means you get a taste. It's amazing how honey taste in the change in taste depending on the flowers that the honeys have consumed, that the bees have consumed. So I tend to try local honey or local produce. I love going to all of the farmers markets anywhere that I can go. And when I can't find any of those options, then I try to go to the artisans. If you can find anything that is made by somebody's hands, I appreciate that much more than I would appreciate something that you can buy in any superstore anywhere. So I think those are good things to look for when you're buying local, and local restaurants, of course. Like if you have your meal plans already, if you're going camping and you have your meal plans, it's different than when I go road tripping. Because I road trip, I have snacks, but I don't have a meal with me. But I like to go and find a local little restaurant where, you can eat, you can have a nice meal. Most of the time, they're not really that expensive either. And, you get to talk with local people and have a nice meal as well.
Yes, those little things that makes you feel better, give you another an anecdote to enjoy remembering. Also, I want to add, in that case, when you visit a local place and you like it, review it. Go on Google, give them a nice review. I'm a small business owner. You cannot, we do have, I read once that when you buy something from a local business, it's an actual person doing a little happy dance. It's true. So when you buy something in a big company, nobody's doing a happy
No.
dance. Maybe when they see like a big number after you with thousands of people, but
Yeah.
just you are making that little happy dance, and it's nice to feel that you are helping that person to just buy their food. They are not
Yeah.
buying their third vacation house. They are just buying food. They are paying their house. It feels good.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, in summarizing, if you're going to go road tripping, just either to go not too far away from your home, just to visit for the day and come back, or if you're going to go more committed and you're going to go camping, make sure that you do your research both on the area and on the equipment that you're going to buy. If you're not
Please.
committed yet, if this is your first time and you're still finding out, then you can opt to go glamping, or you can opt to find other options. I know if you go to the beach, there's usually a lot of options of little huts that you can rent. But yeah, do your research either way, whatever it is that you're doing. Also, try not to leave anything behind other than your footsteps.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, something that I do all the time, and I was saying this to Anna just before we started the podcast, that my son, I've always told him to never throw anything unless it's on the bin, and if he doesn't have one, to put it on his pocket. So a little while ago, before this whole coronavirus situation, we went to Tenby in Wales, which is about an hour from where I am. It's the sea. It's the seaside. It's a beautiful little town. All of the houses are painted different colors. It's amazing. And it gets very busy in the summer. So we went there, and he saw a boy about his age who was eating an ice cream and took the wrap off and just threw it on the street. And his face was pure shock, because I've always told him, you know, either put it in my bag, put it in your pocket, put it somewhere. If you can't find a bin, do things like that. And believe it or not, these are things that the more you do, the more you get used to doing. You know, just don't leave it on the street. Don't leave it there. Don't leave it anywhere. Just find the appropriate place, or carry your own little bag where you can have your rubbish, or your garbage, wherever you're from. If you go road tripping, you can have one in the back of your car. You know, if you're eating your snacks or whatever, put everything in there. So don't leave anything behind, and take only your memories.
We were also sharing the idea that if you go into the beach for 4, 5, 6 hours, why not to take 15, 20, 30, as much as you feel comfortable with, just taking bring some gloves. If you also feel that is disgusting, because it is, bring some gloves and, you know, take some trash. You will feel so good. I gotta admit, I haven't done it yet, but that is on my wish list this summer.
There is also many organizations anywhere. I know Texas had one, and I know there's one here in Wales. It's called Keep Wales Tidy. In Texas, I can't remember the name, but they do.
No worries, Facebook.
Yeah, they do beach cleanups, which means they call for volunteers. Then you volunteer for the day. You go there, you help clean the beach. Sometimes you get lunch. Sometimes you get a T-shirt. Sometimes you just get the thank you very much. But it's the taking your kids with you, your friends, your family, and cleaning the beach and making sure that it's a nice, clean environment for everybody. It's a very satisfying feeling. I did it a couple of times in Texas. I haven't done it yet in Wales, but I am looking forward to do one of those things. I'm not so close to the beach where I am right now. I'm more close to the mountains. But yes, I mean, do whatever you can to keep.
So now we have the compromise, Jihan, to both take a picture of ourselves doing it, and share it here with people that we are women of our word.
We're doing what we're preaching. We're not just here saying, "Oh, you should go do that." No, we're actually doing it too. Yes, we're actually doing it. So I don't know if we have anything else. We planned this episode to be a little bit shorter than the one before, because the one before we went a bit over. But yeah, just same message as always. Be conscious, do your research, and be happy and keep things clean.
Yes, that is all that we want for this summer.
Thank you.
Thank you in advance for whatever you are doing to make this possible.
if you go out this summer camping, road tripping to the beach, if you go clean a beach, do take a picture and share it with us because we want to see it. We could even do a little feature where we feature all of the pictures of all the people that has shared with us.
Yes.
You know, our Instagram, you can tag us on Instagram, or you can use hashtag greencastworld. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube as well. Just subscribe. And we're also on Spotify, on Amazon Music, and on Apple Podcasts. So give us a follow.
Yay.
Right. See you all soon. Bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye-bye.